VR is exploding, and 2025-2026 are stacked with some of the biggest, boldest, and wildest titles we've ever seen. But which ones are players most excited for? Today, we're counting down 13 of the most anticipated upcoming VR games on MetaQuest, ranked not by hype, not by marketing, but by the people themselves, based on how many have already added these games to their wish lists. From action-packed blockbusters to innovative indie surprises, these are the VR experiences that gamers everywhere can't wait to play. Let's start with number 13. Coming later this year to Quest 2 and Quest 3, How to God is a new VR sandbox god simulator from Thoughtfish. Players step into the role of a deity, using their own hands to shape a colorful world, build villages, guide, or torment your worshippers, and raise a creature whose behavior evolves based on your teachings. The gameplay is open-ended. You might solve crises with compassion, or toss villagers into the sky to thin the population. With its mix of humor, freedom, and moral choice, How to God aims to capture what it truly feels like to be a god in VR. Memoreum is a sci-fi action horror VR game from Patient 8 Games, a studio that's been developing it for the past 4 years. Originally started as a Dead Space VR mod, the game is now a full standalone experience set in the year 2311. Players step into the role of Dr. Otto Hudson, who wakes from stasis aboard a colony ship to find its crew consumed by the terrifying Ichor infection. Guided by a mysterious voice, you'll uncover the cause of the outbreak while fighting to survive and uncover the ship's dark secrets. With its roots in survival horror and a narrative about humanity's desperate search for a new home in space, Memoreum blends atmospheric storytelling with intense VR combat. Launching October 9th, it will also feature a pre-order bonus, the Devil's Iron Skin Pack with exclusive weapon skins, making this one to watch for horror and sci-fi fans alike. From Fun Train comes BlackGate, an asymmetric sci-fi multiplayer horror game now available for pre-order on MetaQuest. Launching into early access on October 2nd across all current Quest headsets, the 4v1 gameplay pits engineers repairing a space station against an evolving alien menace. Instead of voting mechanics like Among Us, players face direct zero-gravity combat while the alien grows stronger over time. Engineers can link their suits to repair, pick up heavy weapons mid-match, and fight back together. Early adopters can grab the game for just $10, with a pre-order Founders Pack that adds exclusive cosmetic skins. After early access, the price will increase in stages to the full $20. But Fun Train says the low entry point is meant to build a strong multiplayer community from the start. With its mix of teamwork, tension, and sci-fi horror, BlackGate is set to make its mark when early access begins. Thief VR: Legacy of Shadow is the next chapter in the beloved stealth franchise developed by Vertigo Games and arriving on Quest later this year. Players step into the role of Magpie, an orphan-turned-master thief who rises from the streets to legend. Gameplay emphasizes physical stealth, vaulting, skulking, extinguishing light sources, and slipping past patrols, while classic mechanics like lockpicking, looting, and distraction tactics return in full force. Heists challenge you to use every inch of the environment, from rooftops to hidden switches, while archery provides your primary combat tool with haptic feedback enhancing immersion. With its mix of atmospheric stealth and VR interactivity, Thief VR: Legacy of Shadow aims to bring the franchise's signature tension and creativity to a new generation of players. Reach is the debut title from Endream's Elevation, releasing October 16th on MetaQuest. Billed as the studio's most ambitious project yet, this cinematic action-adventure puts you in the role of a reluctant hero uncovering the secrets of a hidden underground civilization. Along the way, you'll face mythical threats and human enemies, with every move shaped by advanced physics, full-body presence, and gesture-driven traversal. Expect tactile combat, exploration, and problem-solving, where each action feels grounded and impactful. Pre-orders on the Meta Store also come with the exclusive Pharaon cosmetic set, with helicopters, city chases, and colossal robotic foes teased in its trailers. Reach is shaping up to deliver an epic and immersive VR adventure. Deadly Delivery is a new comedic co-op VR horror game from Flathead Studio. This game puts you and up to 3 friends in the shoes of goblin delivery workers tasked with hauling parcels through a haunted mine. Survive monsters, dark tunnels, and physics-driven chaos while trying to hit your delivery quota. Built for VR with spatial audio, proximity voice chat, and slapstick physics, Deadly Delivery mixes comedy with horror as you sneak, sprint, and scream your way through procedurally generated tunnels. Players can level up, upgrade gear, unlock cosmetics, and even get a pet assistant, all while coordinating or sabotaging each other in a fight for survival. With its blend of scares and laughs, Deadly Delivery is set to bring chaotic multiplayer horror to Quest later this year. Catana. Red Flowers is a lightning-fast VR action platformer arriving in late 2025, where you step into the paws of a nimble ninja cat. Developed as a family-friendly yet stylish combat adventure, the game combines precision swordplay with over-the-top parkour action. You'll dash through glowing Asian-inspired cityscapes, deflect bullets with your katana, swing across rooftops with a grappling hook, and take on powerful crime clans in fast-paced battles. Between missions, you can relax in a cozy hub, playing mini-games or just goofing off with Grandpa Kenji. Catana features story missions, boss fights, an endless mode for replayability, and customizable Ninja Cat cosmetics. With its mix of vibrant visuals, arcade combat, and a dash of silly cat energy, Catana, Red Flowers promises a unique blend of action and charm. Postal VR is a full virtual reality rebuild of the infamous 2003 shooter from Running with Scissors, now being developed by Team Beef at Flat2VR Studios for Quest headsets. Set in the fictional town of Paradise, Arizona, you play as the Postal Dude, navigating an in-game week where everyday tasks can spiral into chaos depending on how violently you choose to act. Just like the original, your decisions influence the town's dynamic AI, sparking anything from minor conflicts to full-blown riots. The VR remake adds immersive features like manual weapon handling, physics-driven melee combat, gesture-based NPC interactions, and even interactive inventory and bodily function mechanics. While the original game drew heavy controversy for its extreme violence and stereotypes, this VR rebuild aims to bring that darkly satirical, over-the-top world to life in a more tactile way. There's no confirmed release date yet, but Postal VR is expected to launch on Quest sometime in 2026. Demeo Dungeons & Dragons Battlemarked is the next big VR RPG from Resolution Games. Building on the studio's hit co-op title Demeo, this licensed crossover with Wizards of the Coast brings the world and lore of Dungeons & Dragons directly into VR. Instead of requiring a dungeon master, Battlemarked adapts D&D's classes, actions, and settings into a streamlined system designed for cross-platform multiplayer co-op. At launch, the game will feature 2 full narrative-driven campaigns, starting with an adventure set in the iconic city of Neverwinter, while future DLC campaigns will expand into different D&D universes. Resolution promises deeper storytelling with dramatic cutscenes, richer dialogue, and meaningful player choices, aiming to welcome both veteran tabletop fans and newcomers alike. Battlemarked looks set to merge Demeo's VR innovations with the timeless magic of Dungeons & Dragons when it launches in late 2025. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City is the first ever Ninja Turtles VR game. This first-person action adventure lets you step into the shells of Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, or Michelangelo, either solo or in 4-player co-op. Set after Shredder's downfall, the Foot Clan now controls the streets, and it's up to the brothers to take them back. Each turtle fights with their signature weapons, while fluid parkour brings the traversal to life. Expect encounters with fan-favorite villains, plus a story that balances humor with themes of family, vengeance, and survival. Empire City aims to deliver the most immersive experience yet when it hits VR in 2026. Forefront is an ambitious, new 32-player competitive VR first-person shooter inspired by Battlefield. Built around large-scale near-future warfare, it splits players into 2 16-person teams, squads of 4 soldiers, battling across land, sea, and air with vehicles and semi-destructible environments. Developed with smart rendering tricks to keep performance efficient on Quest 2, Forefront promises two major gameplay modes: Rush, a linear attack and defend mode focused on infantry combat, and Conquest, which leans heavily into vehicle warfare across sprawling battlefields. Classes add tactical variety, from medics charging defibrillator shock pads to recons using grappling hooks, with weapons and gadgets tailored to each role. Matches allow respawns, bots fill empty slots, and cross-platform multiplayer is supported. At launch, 4 maps will be available alongside planes, ships, and ground vehicles, with an update roadmap already planned. By blending realism with VR-friendly mechanics, Forefront aims to carve out its place as the go-to large-scale military shooter when it hits Quest in late 2025. Laser Dance is a mixed-reality spy-inspired game coming to Quest 3. Inspired by classic heist scenes, it turns your real room into a laser-filled obstacle course where you dodge, crawl, and weave your way to hit a shiny red button on the wall. Using 3D room scanning, the game adapts procedurally to your own space. You'll face escalating challenges with different laser types like moving yellows, timed blue beams, and tricky green lasers that only move when you do. Stars are awarded for speed, precision, and avoiding contact, while haptic controller feedback or hand tracking raises the tension as you slip close to a beam. Features include body tracking, realistic furniture occlusion, and accessibility options like adjustable crawl heights. Laser Dance proves mixed reality can transform any space into a thrilling spy playground when it launches in early access this fall. Deadpool VR is easily the most anticipated upcoming VR release. Developed by Meta-owned Twisted Pixel, the game fully embraces Deadpool's fourth wall-breaking humor, complete with sarcastic banter, ridiculous scenarios, and over-the-top violence. Voiced by Neil Patrick Harris, Deadpool finds himself contracted by the supervillain Mojo to kidnap Marvel villains like Mephisto, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red, and Ultimo for a galaxy-wide streaming show. Gameplay blends high-speed parkour with a free-form combat system that lets you get creative, dual-wielding katanas, blasting with pistols, grappling enemies, or drop-kicking them off cliffs. You'll unlock Mojo-fied Marvel weapons tied to licensed songs, while Deadpool's regenerative abilities and outrageous arsenal amplify the power fantasy. With expressive cel-shaded visuals, extensive comfort options, and combat that's both bloody and hilarious, Deadpool VR looks to push Quest 3 hardware to its limits and deliver the ultimate superhero VR experience when it launches exclusively on Quest 3 and 3S on November 18th for $50. And there you have it, 13 of the most wish-listed and most anticipated VR games on the horizon. Whether it's massive action blockbusters, mind-bending indies, or wild new experiments in gameplay, one thing's clear: VR has never looked more exciting. Which of these games are you most hyped for? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And hey, check out my other videos, especially the new MissChief Debrief series, made with equal parts love and sarcasm.